10 main basic reasons why newly hatched catfish fire stays inactive underneath pond after 3 days of hatchery. You are welcome once again to my channel. You are welcome to Catfish Solution Academy. Today I'll be giving some great importance about catfish hatchery. Why is it all about catfish hatchery? Basically, underneath the video, you are watching our mentorship program, which is being done to one of our clients far from us. So if you are into hatchery, or you want to go into hatchery, or you are planning hatchery, or you need a guide, you need a mentor for hatchery, we have our online training program, which is online, all through online program, which can also make you a professional hatcher, and which will be there with you 24/7 on video calls. So this is one of it that you are watching on the background. We have done this to a lot of farmers, maybe far from us. This means you don't need to come, we don't need to go to your place, but by the end of the day, the aim is for you to achieve that success in hatchery. It's for you to produce, it's for you to do your spawning process successful. So that is the key point of you going or being a professional catfish hatcher. So these are what you are seeing today. Underneath is the training process. The training process takes some time, which we need to test all the parameters of your water, if not all, but the basic parameters of your water, and we need to check and we need to correct. If there's any problem we find based on your water that can deter your success of your hatchery, this has to be taken care of immediately. So if you have been following me in this video, I think this should be the fourth videos I will be playing when we are doing the water correction, when we are doing the pond cleaning, pond laning, when we are doing the incubating preparations. So today is the time for us to do our spawning process. But before we do our process, we need a constant correction, a constant testing of your pond, so that there will not be any loopholes for not achieving this great success we deserve. So based on this, I will be talking about, as you are watching from the background, this is a learning tutorial video. For those of you that have been following us, but those that have been following us, you can see series of tests and series of test kits we have been using in order to correct our water coming from the filtrating system, in order to control the nitrate and the nitrate, in order to control your hardiness and co, and in order to correct your pH. And in this video, basically, you can see us, we have automatically reversed, because the water alkaline level is high. So we have been able to control the water, reverse the alkaline level of the water. That is what you are watching from the background. And what can you use in order to reverse the alkaline level of your water? You need the organic and inorganic materials in order to reverse it. You can see the water is a little bit of greenish and it's blue. So we are just reversing it on a gradual process, not to reverse too much that may really affect your fryers too as well. So based on this, I'll be giving us 10 main reasons why newly hatchery catfish fryers stay inactive underneath the pond after 3 days of hatchery. Newly hatched catfish fryers might remain inactive underneath the pond after 3 days of hatchery for several reasons. Understanding those reasons can help you take correction actions to ensure their survival and growth. Here are the main reasons for these behaviors. So the number one I will be talking about today is the inadequate oxygen level in the water. That means low dissolved oxygen in the pond can cause catfish fryers to become lethargic and remains at the bottom of the water. Mainly hatch fryers are particularly sensitive to oxygen level, and insufficient aeration can lead to inactivity. That is the number one point that can cause your fishes not to be active in the 3rd day of hatchery. That means the oxygen level of your water. And if you want to do this, you need to get the oxygen kit to do your ammonia testing or your DO testing. So you need to test this. Once it is tested and you discover there's a lower oxygen level of in your water, you will need what we call an aerator to help you to buffer it, or you do what we call the constant showering flow through in order to correct these factors. So the number 2 is the poor water quality. That means high level of ammonia, nitrate, or other toxin substance can lead to stress and inactivity. Poor water quality may result from uneaten food, waste accumulation, or inadequate water change. This can result to your water not being, your fishes, your fryers not being active the third day of your hatchery. And let me just chip in this. The temperature is one of the factors too, which is the temperature stress. Water temperature that are too high or too low can cause stress in cartridge fryers, leading to inactive. Optimal temperature ranges are crucial for their metabolic process and overall health. The number 4 I'll be talking about today is the nutritional deficiency of the water. If the fryers are not receiving inadequate nutrition from their initial feed, they may lack the energy needs for active swimming. Insufficient of inappropriate feed can result in weakened fryers that prefer to stay at the bottom of the water. And let me just explain this. If your newly fryers needs something like a Artemia or 0.1 size, 0.1 mm size of feed. If you are giving them anything above that, maybe they are giving them 0.2 or 0.3 at the first stage, all the fishes may not eat, and this will lead to what we call the nutritional deficiency for them too as well, because some of them will not eat and they will be weak and they will stay underneath the water and start dying. These are the most of the correct points. The number 5 is the light sensitivity. Excessive light exposure can cause cartridge fryers to seek shelter at the bottom of the pond. They may stay inactive to avoid the stress caused by too much light, especially if they are not accustomed to this. So make sure that you cover your incubator. I said it once, there's a difference between an incubator and a nursery pond. An incubator are control pond. So make sure that you use black object to enclose your incubator so that your fishes can come up and swim rightly. They need dark environment. Number 6 is poor pond bottom condition. That means a dirty or uncleaned pond bottom with decaying organic matters can lead to the accumulation of harmful gas like hydrogen sulfate. Fryers may stay at the bottom due to discomfort or stress from those conditions. Because of our time, let me rush into the number 7, which is the parasitical and bacterial infection. Newly hatched fryers are vulnerable to infections. If they are affected by parasitical or bacterial infection, they may become weak and inactive, staying at the bottom of the pond. So make sure that you treat your pond based on your ponding scheme. You can treat by salt. Salt solution is good in order to correct the primary bacteria or any kind of parasitical fungal infection in your fryer. So try to administer what we call the salt solution that can aid them to be disinfected from all these kind of infection. The number 8 is crowding and overpopulation, which is one of the most essential and most of the look into factors. Overcrowding can lead to increased competition of oxygen and food, causing stress and inactivities of your fryers. Insufficient space can make them more prone to stress, and this may really weak them and they start dying. So when you want to do your hatchery, know the number of egg you will spray into your incubator. If the egg is too much, maybe the potential fryers level of that pond is much, this will automatically overpopulate the pond, will congest the pond, and this will lead to weakness, and they will go underneath the pond, and weeks and started dropping, as we normally call it. The number 9 factor is developmental issue. Some fryers may have developmental abnormality or defect that prevent them from swimming inactively. This issue can result from poor breeding practice or environmental stressor during the embryonic stages. So these issues are critical too for providing stress for your fishes. That is the developmental issue for your fryers. The number 10 for today is the natural behavior during early development. In the first few days after hatching, it is not uncommon for catfish fryers to be less active, as they are still absorbing their yolk sac. This natural process provides them with the necessary nutrient, and they may remain near the pond until they begin actively feeding. So these are the points I'll be talking for today, but I'll be adding a very important one, which is the last point for today, is your brood stock. The brood stock, that means your parent stock, the parent stock you are using, the spawner you are using for your hatchery. Make sure that you have a mature spawner, because if you are using a weak sperm or a weak egg for your hatchery, this will run back to the hatchery, to the fryers. Maybe your sperm is not well matured, or your egg is not 100% matured. If you don't know about this, go and get my book that I titled Broodstocks Management. Get a copy of it and read to your understanding. You will understand what I'm talking about, how to identify a 100% matured female and male broodstocks. So make sure that you get the book for your understanding. So to address those issues, it is important to regularly monitor water quality parameters, ensure adequate aeration, provide appropriate feeding, and maintain a clean and safe environment for the catfish fryers. Early detections and intervention can help provide their activities level and overall survival rate of your fryers. These are critical factors you need to check. And underneath again, from the background, you can see this is the time for the incubating period, laying of the eggs into the carcaban. So for those of you who have been following this program, I know you well understood what is happening here. And for those of you who ask questions that you don't understand what is going on in the background, make sure that maybe you don't understand the hatchery process. Make sure that you go or stroll up and understand from the start. So if you need to get some of our journals to be informed, make sure that you contact the number on the screen. If you need a training of such, if you need us to come and train your staffs, make sure that you contact me, and this can be done anywhere you have in the country. And if you want us to give all your staff what we call our online mentorship training too as well, fine, we will be there with you. We'll contact us for the charges and let us know when it will start. So we'll start from what you have and all the preparations, and this will go. And after this hatchery, as you are watching from the background, you will see the success of the hatchery after this great online lecture. I think that is what you need, and you will see it from point 1 to at least the 3rd or the 4th day, and later we'll go on to give you the massive result we'll be having on this hatchery. So once again, my name still remains Odutola Isa Abiodun DTM, your great anchor on this channel. Thank you always, and God bless you all.